watched 41 films in March. Sounds like a lot. It's just about a little more than one a day. And of course they weren't all good. Some of them, in fact, were utterly, utterly terrible. And some of them were just boring, unmemorable and dull. Like, for instance, the first film I watched in March, King of Kings, directed by Nicholas Ray, who did Rebel Without a Cause, and starring Jeffrey Hunter, who was Captain Pike in the original Star Trek pilot, as Jesus. I've been going through this book, which is Notes from the Dream House, Selected Film Reviews 1963-2013 by Philip French. I've basically been systematically working my way through every film mentioned in this book, and King of Kings is one of those that's mentioned here. It's mentioned in comparison to Pasolini's Gospel According to Matthew, which is like the King of Kings of Jesus films about the life of Jesus. King of Kings, however, is not even a prince amongst those films. It's a by-the-numbers biblical epic. It's dull. It doesn't bring anything new to the table. It doesn't engage its audience. It's lacking in something. It's lacking in life. It's lacking in spark. It's lacking in, I don't want to say entertainment, because it's not entertaining, is it? It's just dull. But there's just something a bit plodding about it. I think if you want to watch a film about the life of Christ, go for Pasolini's film, because Pasolini's film it's beautiful. Jesus is this angry, young, what's the word, not rebel, firebrand in Pasolini's version. Pasolini's version jumps out of the screen. Sadly, I can't say the same thing about King of Kings. But it wasn't awful. Unlike Werewolf Castle. This was a DVD I got for £1 ages and ages and ages ago. I thought, ooh, I like a good horror film, and this one's set in Wales. That's my specialty. Let's buy that. It's only £1. I didn't watch it. I kept putting it off for ages and ages and ages. It sat on my desk for ages. It wasn't worth £1. The only good thing I can say about it is that it was quite funny that the werewolves look like men in fursuits. But otherwise it is a cheap, badly acted, terrible dialogue, terrible British horror film. It's the sort of rubbish you'd expect to find in the backwaters of Tubi. I've been working on a movie adaptation of my experimental novel, Love Me for the Treason, and one of the things I've decided to put in there is a random, completely off the wall, completely inappropriate martial arts action scene. Don't ask why, but in order to prepare writing for that scene, I've been watching a few martial arts films. I rewatched Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which on rewatch I enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first time. I also went back to one of the standout classic martial arts films, Enter the Dragon, And for the first time I watched The Raid. This is an Indonesian film directed by Gareth Evans, a Welshman, and it's about a police raid on a high-rise in Jakarta, which is filled with gang members and drug lords and kingpins and nefarious types. And it's a bit like Dread from 2012 in that it's like the police go in, they fight the bad guys, there's a lot of action. This is so much better than Dread though. It's far, far superior. The action is well shot, the story keeps moving along, it's gripping, it's exciting, you can actually see what is going on. It's a good solid 90 minutes of entertainment. It's not a deep or thoughtful or meaningful film, it's a popcorn blockbuster. But it's shot so well, the story is good, and I had a really, really nice time with this film. I think The Raid is definitely going to be one of the primary influences on that scene. It does involve a lot of corridors, so yeah, it's going to be useful in that sense. I want Tom Jones singing It's Raining Men over another action scene. Sorry, I'm fantasising. I really want Tom Jones singing It's Raining Men. Speaking of action, I watched Harry Brown starring the one, the only, Michael Caine, going on a bit of a rampage in a British housing estate after his friend is killed by some chavvy, druggy gang member types. You can tell it was made in the late 2000s because its attitude is very much of that, oh god, the youth are out of control, they're going feral, they're gonna destroy society type of attitude, which was being peddled by the media at the time. But it is so, so good. Again, like The Raid, Michael Caine, you know, he's an old man now. He was an old man when he shot the film. But he's still at the top of his game. This is, I think, one of Michael Caine's greatest performances. It's on a par. It's very similar to Get Carter, actually. It would make a great double bill with Get Carter. It's a similar sort of story arc. And I think Harry Brown is definitely, out of all the 41 films I watched this month, that is the one I would recommend. So, to finish off, just some other films I watched this month and just quick fire what I thought of them. A Star is Born 2018. Look, this did not need to be 2 hours 15 minutes long. It's a story that could be told in 90 minutes. Jesus Christ, I found this one boring. Carry On Cleo, which I've been meaning to watch for ages and ages and ages and ages. I would regard a quote from this film, infamy, infamy, they've all got it in for me, as one of the greatest lines in cinema.
Treachery! Infamy! Infamy! They've all got it in for me!
It definitely deserves its reputation as one of the best Carry On films, which, you know, most of them, they're not as bad as Werewolf Castle, some of them, but they're pretty terrible in some cases. What else did I watch? Captain America, Brave New World. Not as bad as everyone's saying it is, but still not great. I think Marvel is just climbing too far up its own continuity now, and it needs to stop. The Monkey, loved that film. That's another one I'd recommend. Two silent films, The Tonic and Blue Bottles. These star Elsa Lanchester, who is most famous as the Bride of Frankenstein. They're sort of late 1920s British silent comedies, and they're very Chaplin-esque. They were going to make like a series of these. They were written, or the stories were written by H.G. Wells. They only made 3 of them. I couldn't find the 3rd one, but I think they're interesting, and the reason they didn't make more of them is because Talking Pictures came along, so yeah, they were interesting, I think. Interesting to watch, and in a few places quite funny as well. Oh god, the last film I watched in March, An American Dream. That's another one from the Philip French book. The beginning of this film gives the impression it's going to be like one of those so bad it's good films. I mean, basically, the plot is this happens.
No, Deborah! You fool! Deborah!
And then the guy basically tries to avoid a charge of murdering his wife. He tries to pass it off as a suicide. But kind of after this happens, it just goes really boring. It's not good. Not good. Hey, just a quick word to say that my latest book, As I Watched Him on the Stage, is out now. It's available in paperback and hardback from Amazon. But if you're not sure if my writing style is going to be for you, if my writing is going to be for you, or if, understandably, you don't want to give any money to Amazon or Bezos, there is a free audio version, or there should be, available on Spotify, and I will provide a link down in the description below if you want to go and listen to that. That's As I Watched Him on the Stage, available now.